Welcome to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We've got some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Becca and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. The presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/CASDANY. I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, SUNY New Paltz. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Casey Hinson. I'm an admissions counselor at SUNY New Paltz. For those of you not aware, SUNY New Paltz is a four-year liberal arts and sciences college located approximately an hour and a half north of New York City. We have over 100 majors of which you can choose from that are in the fields of business, liberal arts and sciences, science and engineering, education, and fine and performing arts. If you are someone who would like to double major, you're free to do that. If you are someone who is undecided and not sure which major you'd like, that is completely okay as well. You have 2 years here at New Paltz to ultimately decide what major you would like to have. While you're in class, your classes are going to be smaller, more hands-on. About 90% of our classes have less than 40 students in the room, and 75% have less than 30 students in the room. There is no giant auditoriums of hundreds of people and struggling to interact with the professor. The professors at New Paltz will know who you are, where you sit, your goals, interests, all of those kinds of things. And that becomes a benefit for all students because the better you get to know the professors, it's almost a direct correlation in terms of the amount of career-related opportunities, internships, things like that you will ultimately get. Our professors also have what are called office hours, which is where they are in their office only for the purpose of meeting with you. They're not supposed to be doing anything else at that time. So it's just another opportunity for you to connect, network, interact, all of those kinds of things with your professors. But of course, you're not just choosing a college for academic reasons, you're also choosing it for social reasons. And at New Paltz, we feel we have a very good environment for that. First of all, we are a fairly diverse campus compared to many other schools our size. But when I'm talking about diversity, I'm not just referring to what race someone ultimately identifies as. 40% of all students on our campus do identify as a person of color, but we also have every race, religion, ethnicity, members of the LGBTQ community, people who have learning disabilities and physical disabilities, all make up significant populations on the campus. And that diversity that we have has really allowed us to provide many more clubs, activities, things of that nature on our campus. We have over 200 clubs and organizations of which you can be a part. They range from the Division III National Championship sports to outdoor recreation clubs, social justice organizations. There's a volunteer Red Cross organization, Greek Life, and many, many more are all represented here on campus. They are also bringing in events all the time of which you do not have to be in the club necessarily to participate in those events. So there's always things happening here on campus. We are also huge proponents of the study abroad program. There are over 1,000 locations you can go on all 7 continents. We heavily recommend that. Every single major we have does allow for studying abroad to be done without extending your time in college. So that is something we recommend everyone take advantage of. And of course, a large part of why you're going to college is to get a job. And we do have plenty of opportunities for that, both in terms of specific internships and just career-related experience in general. If you are a business student, the business school will actually also pay for you to go to conferences and clinics to begin networking with major companies. If you're an education student, you will have internships built right into your program, being that you need to teach in a school in order to graduate with a degree. And for those of you who maybe are in the sciences, a lot of what you will do is research-based, and there are plenty of opportunities to be involved in research, particularly research from the professors that are here on campus. But before you can take advantage of any of those things, I obviously want to go over what the admissions requirements are. And for all you seniors, you'll be applying in fall of 2022. You can utilize either the Common App or the SUNY app. We don't have a preference which one. Many times your counselors do, so I would just go with whatever your high school counselors recommend. Once you apply, that's where documents begin getting sent to the college, the first being high school transcript. We will recalculate your GPA based off the 5 main subject areas, those being all your English, science, social science, math, and any foreign language classes that you've taken. Specifically, all students need 3 years of math and science in order to gain admittance to New Paltz. If you are someone who is in any of the STEM related programs, then you will specifically need Algebra 2 trigonometry as one of your courses. After the transcript, we then look at a letter of recommendation. We only require one, and we just require that it comes from somebody within your school. So your principal, counselor, teacher, anybody like that is completely okay. And then the last thing we require is an essay. And in my opinion, the essay can be the most important part of your application, because without an essay, you are just a statistic to us. You are just GPAs and classes taken, region scores, where we genuinely want to know the type of person you are, what you've been through, your goals, your interests, anything like that. A college application is not a spot for you to be humble or hide things. This is really your opportunity to tell a college why you belong there. If you had any kind of adversity that has affected your ability in school at any point, definitely let us know. We heavily take all of that into consideration. So please include any and all of that when you are writing your essay or other comment sections within an application. The last thing I'll talk about are SAT, ACTs. We do not require them for seniors for the fall of 2022. If you want to send one in, great. If not, you are not punished for not sending one in or even sending a bad one in. We also partake in the Educational Opportunity Program. So if some of you or any of you identify as EOP, then your application will come to the admissions office first for academic review, then go to the financial aid office for financial review, and then the EOP office will ultimately make your decision. With all that said, I appreciate you all listening, and I hope you have a good day.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Herkimer College SUNY.
Hey everybody, my name is Amber. I am one of the admissions counselors here at Herkimer College. I'm going to run through a quick show for you just to explain a little bit more about the college and who we are. So we are one of the SUNY colleges, community colleges. We are top ranked for student success. So this includes all areas of student success. We really pride ourselves on excellent customer service. We try to make sure that you are as successful as possible here. We've got a wonderful academic support center that's available to you. All you have to do is go up there and ask for a little assistance. We are also on the smaller scale of schools. So if you're looking for a small school, we can be a great fit for you. We've got about 2,400 students. What that means is you're going to know your faculty, they're going to know you, you're going to meet a lot of other students here. And what that does is it really helps you make you feel like you are part of the Herkimer family. As far as majors, we have quite a few to choose from. We have 40 different majors. 5 of those are one-year certificate programs. So these are all of the different areas that encompass our majors and offerings. But what I would encourage you to do is actually go to our website for a complete list. Each one has a clickable link. Those links will take you to provide a little more information on your program. They always have a student perspective on there, a former graduate. Also important is the curricula portion of that page, and that is going to show you all of the college catalog pages, which basically kind of lays everything out for you semester by semester, so you know exactly which courses are required. Full list is available at herkimer.edu/majors. One of the other important pieces of your college search is affordability. College is not cheap, but it's a great investment. This slide here is just going to kind of break down some of our major costs. So $5116 is our annual tuition. When we ballpark everything together is total estimates for a residential student living on campus. And for a New York State resident, your total is going to be, roughly $21,000. Okay, some of those are estimates. You are definitely going to fluctuate on some of those, and that's okay. This is just to kind of give you an estimate, a ballpark. Our financial aid office is fantastic. All you have to do is call, and they will help you kind of work through all of your figures. The process for applying for financial aid is super simple. So all you have to do is apply for the FAFSA. You're going to have to do this for any school. So FAFSA is available. At the very end of FAFSA, if you're a New York State resident, there's going to be a link that will take you to your New York State application. And that is definitely something that you want to fill out because New York State TAP awards are grant money. So it's basically like free money to help you go to school. As I mentioned before, we are residential. So we do have 3 apartment complexes available for students. We have Campus Meadows, we have College Hill, and we have Reservoir Run. All 3 are a little bit different in terms of style, the number of students that you live with, etc. Easiest place to go check those out is really come to campus, but also you can hit herkimer.edu/housing and it will give you floor plans, explains a little bit more about the number of people you live with and the general layout of each complexes. In regards to athletics, athletics plays a pretty big part here on our campus. We do have 20 varsity teams. We have 2 junior varsity teams as well. We are part of the NJCAA Division III. We encourage all students to check out our athletics teams, even if it's something that they're just kind of thinking, maybe I want to play, maybe I'm not. Check that out and talk to the coaches. They're going to give you a lot of extra information about the sport itself, what our season looks like, kind of what they're looking for. We also have a new sport that was added last year in esports. So it is all electronic gaming. So if that is kind of your deal, you can definitely check that out and chat with our coach. Right. We are also pretty accessible. So we're really smack dab in the middle of the state. We're almost halfway between Albany and Syracuse. Very easy to get to. We're right off the thruway. One of the perks is that freshmen can also have vehicles on campus, so you don't have to worry about not bringing a vehicle. A lot of our students have part-time jobs that they keep at home. So vehicles are a great option because it allows them to kind of go back and forth as they need to. Our application process is super simple. We are part of SUNY, so we do accept the SUNY application as well, but we have a free application that's on our website at herkimer.edu/apply. We will also try to request transcripts for you. You can also ask your school counselor to send those out. Email is the easiest way to kind of expedite the whole process. If you have college credits through high school, or if you've been to another college before, you'll want to request official college transcripts be sent as well. I wanted the follow-ups just to kind of keep in touch with us and kind of check out different things that are going on campus. A few different social media aspects. Herkimer Admissions is our handle at Instagram. Paige does an awesome job with that, so we'd encourage you to check that out too. If you guys do have any questions, you can always reach us in the admissions office. Just call or you can email admissions@herkimer.edu.
Thank you. Up next, we have SUNY Brockport.
All right, hi everybody. My name is Nina Lacombe. I'm an admissions advisor here at SUNY Brockport. We are located in the village of Brockport over in Western New York. We're about 30 minutes outside of Rochester. We're in our own cute, quaint little community. We have Main Street with restaurants, shops, bookstores, movie theaters, anything you could need, you can find in the Brockport area. But we are located about 30 minutes outside of Rochester, so our students can go into Rochester, especially on the weekends, to go shopping, go to restaurants, go see a show, see an athletic events. There's a lot that you can do in our area. Once you come to campus, SUNY Brockport is a mid-sized school, so 6,500 undergraduate students. So we're not too big, not too small. We're pretty much right in the middle. We're a campus that has larger campus opportunities, but a smaller campus feel. You'll especially get that smaller campus feel within the classroom. So our median class size is only about 23 students, and we try to keep our classes as small as we possibly can. Additionally, our student to faculty ratio is 17:1. At Brockport, we have 50 majors. So there's a lot that you can choose from. There's a lot that you can explore. So even if you know what you want to major in, you can choose to double major. You could pick up a minor, you could double minor, you could even triple minor if you have room for that in your schedule. The majors that are listed here are our more popular programs. So you have business administration, education, nursing is definitely our best known, most competitive program at Brockport. Criminal justice, we actually have a new community justice major as well. That's a combination of anthropology and criminal justice. We have exercise science and a strong sports studies program with sports management and physical education as well. And then we do have a social work major as well. Most of our students do come in undeclared. So if you don't know exactly what you want to do, that's okay. You can definitely come in undeclared as well. You have 2 years to try out different majors, see what courses interest you, and then you have to declare a major by the end of your sophomore year. One thing that really makes Brockport unique to me is our supportive environment on campus. So our students create a really close-knit community, but then the faculty and staff are really there to support you and help you every step of the way. We have our Academic Success Center on campus that has tutoring services that are free to all students. We have our Student Accessibility Services office. We have our Be First at Bport program. So 21% of students at Brockport are first generation college students. So this program offers support services, mentorship, programming to help our students, our first generation students, transition to college and then be successful once they're at Brockport. We also have a very active Office of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. They're constantly doing programming and different events and trainings on campus to help all of our students really feel included on our campus. And 30% of our students identify as an underrepresented minority student. One of my biggest pieces of advice is to always get involved on any campus that you go to, no matter where that is. At SUNY Brockport, we have over 130 different clubs and organizations to get involved with. These can be academic organizations, cultural groups, dance groups, club sports, esports, anything you could think of. We also have 23 NCAA Division III athletic teams. Even though we're a D3, we're a very competitive D3. We take our sports very seriously at Brockport. Everybody comes out for football games and really rallies behind our athletes. For living on campus, we do have a 2-year residency requirement. So any students who live more than 30 miles away from campus have to live on campus for your first 2 years. But we also have 19 living learning communities. So these are opportunities to live near people who have the same major or just general area of interest as you. We have 4 styles of residence halls. Typically, our first year students will live in corridor or suite style housing. Our students can also have cars on campus for all 4 years, so you can definitely bring your car to campus. So this is our application checklist, kind of similar to the other schools we've heard from. To apply, fill out the Common App or the SUNY application, and then we'll require your high school transcript and at least 1 letter of recommendation from a teacher or a guidance counselor. We are test optional, so we will not require your SAT or ACT scores. We are rolling admissions, so we take your applications at any point. So we don't necessarily have deadlines. You can apply at any point. You'll typically hear about 2 weeks back from your admissions advisor once we have all of your materials. We review all of our applications holistically, so we're really looking at everything in your application when we're considering them. So we look at your GPA, your academic rigor, Regent scores, essay, any extracurriculars, leadership involvement, and then we read that letter of recommendation. So what's it going to cost? So for in-state students, we have SUNY tuition, so it's $7,070. With our room and board and fees, our total cost is about $23,000 per year. To help bring that cost down, you can apply for financial aid. And then we also do offer scholarships. So we award $2.6 million in scholarships every year to our students. Our merit-based scholarships have 2 different levels, our green and gold. For the green scholarship, you have to have an average high school GPA of a 90, and that scholarship is $2,500 per year, renewable every year as long as you live on campus. And then our gold scholarships GPA average is a 93, and that scholarship is $4,500, again, renewable every year as long as you live on campus. We also have some other scholarships such as Army ROTC, our Brockport Foundation sponsored by alumni, and our STEM incentive program. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our office. Our email is admit, ADMIT, @brockport.edu. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have SUNY Maritime College.
All right. All right, hello everyone. My name is Victoria Lococo and I'm an admissions counselor here at SUNY Maritime College. We are part of the State University of New York here, just like the rest of my colleagues. We are part of a 64 school institution system, which means there are plenty of options for you to choose from when it comes to studying your major. We are located in the Bronx, about 30 minutes from Manhattan. We are very nicely centrally located where you can get the best of both worlds, where you're kind of hidden away right under the Throgs Neck Bridge, as you can see pictured here, but you have the great accessibility to go to Manhattan or Queens or even Long Island within a less than 2-hour drive. So you have a great opportunities to get involved both on campus and for those who want to be more involved in the community and otherwise. We are a relatively small school, about 55 acres, but you can see pictured here. There's plenty to do on campus and plenty to see. We have a beautiful campus surrounded by water at almost all sides. So it's a great opportunity for our students to get a beautiful view and a great education. These are just some quick facts. So Maritime by the numbers, we are a small institution at about 1,800 students. We have about 70% regiment and 30% civilian. I'll explain what the regiment means quickly right now. It pretty much means those who are getting a United States Coast Guard license. In order to work on the water, any type of maritime vessel, tugboat, cruise ship, cargo ship, oil rigs, anything on the water, big or small, you need a license in order to operate it, and Maritime provides those licenses for our students. There's no military obligation with any of these licenses, even though it says United States Coast Guard. That's just the title of it that the Coast Guard gives us access to use in order to train and prep our students to work on maritime vessels when they graduate. All of our engineering programs are ABET accredited. That's pretty much the gold star standard of engineering programs. Any engineering program that you look for, you're going to want to make sure that they're ABET accredited. All of our programs are nationally recognized in some way, shape, or form. We have 13 of them. And being, again, relatively small, we have about a 20 to 21 average class size and about 15 to 1 student to teacher ratio. So you're going to really get that one-on-one attention from professors and get to know your peers. So it's a great way to have a small inclusive campus with tons to do, like being a part of any of our 13 Division III sports, football, soccer, basketball, the usuals, as well as some maritime-esque kind of sports, such as rowing, diving, swimming, sailing, those kind of things. And then we also have 80 clubs and organizations for students to get involved with. These are all of our academic programs. We are a very STEM-heavy school, meaning science, technology, engineering, and math. We have a Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Associates of Applied Science, and Master of Science. We have associates all the way up to the master's level of education for our students to have a whole realm of options to choose from. For our Bachelor of Engineering, I'd say our most popular would be Mechanical Engineering. And for our Bachelor of Science, International Transportation and Trade would probably be our second most popular. That's more of our business major. So with that, where do you think you can do with a maritime degree? You can go to tons and tons of places that you can think of. These are just some of the careers and internships our students have had. You need at least one internship before you graduate, so you have plenty of opportunities to get that under your belt. However, our students are usually overachievers and usually do 2 to 3 before they graduate. These are just some of the jobs our students have gotten once they graduate. Then going back to the professional experience, getting either a Coast Guard license or alternatively not wanting to do that, and then being a civilian. So it depends on what you want to do and if you want a license or not. These are just some pictures of our students either on our ship, we have our own ship on campus, or doing tons of internship opportunities such as scuba diving, working at aquariums, or even working on ships during the summer. So application information and requirements. We have obviously the SUNY application as part of the SUNY system, and we also have the common application being probably the most common, obviously with the name. We do require an essay, your transcript from your counselor, SAT or ACTs are optional, and we only require at least 1 letter of recommendation. For our most recent class, you can see that we look for around an 88 to a 90 GPA on the higher end for engineering. We do require that you have at least pre-calculus done before or currently in progress when you apply to Maritime for any of our STEM majors. Our early decision deadline is fastly approaching with November 1st, and our regular decision is January 31st. Here's just a quick snapshot of our tuition, around the same price as all the other SUNY institutions of around $27,000 or so, or a little less for New York State residents. Something unique about Maritime is that we actually have in-region states. And what that means is if you're from any of these states listed here, you actually get a reduced tuition compared to being completely out of state. Here are just our admissions information as well as our email, phone number, and our social media. We post really fun things on our Instagram, such as takeover lives from our students. We're celebrating National Transfer Week this week, and tons of other fun things. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A, and I will put my contact info in there as well. But if you have any questions about SUNY Maritime, what it's like to be a Maritime student, please let me know in the chat or feel free to reach out to us or visit our beautiful campus. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have SUNY Canton.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. I am going to be talking a little bit about SUNY Canton and everything that we have to offer. So here's my contact information. I will also be putting this in the chat, but my name is Maurizio Paniconi and I am an alumni from SUNY Canton, class of 2018, and I am an admissions counselor. A little bit about SUNY Canton. We are in the foothills of the Adirondack. We are in a college town with St. Lawrence University being in Canton as well, and 10 minutes down the road having Clarkson University and SUNY Potsdam. So there's a lot to do between the four institutions. We have about 3,200 students, with a great portion of those being completely online students. We have over 50 programs that we offer to our student cohort, and over 25 of those can be done completely online. The three programs that we offer are 1-year certificates, 2-year associate degrees, and 4-year bachelor degrees. We have 3 main schools, the first one being the Canino School of Engineering, which includes programs such as game design and development, mechanical engineering, civil and environmental engineering, among others. As a technology school, our main focus is hands-on, along with the theory portion, to make sure that we are giving both the best of the theory to learn how to do, and then actually putting that into work with the hands-on portions. We have the School of Business and Liberal Arts, which includes programs such as finance, healthcare management, legal studies, which we also have a path if you want to become a lawyer, and esports management being one of the newer ones. Our third school is the School of Science, Health, and Criminal Justice, which includes programs such as criminal investigations, homeland security, veterinary technology, and nursing, which are 2 of our most selective programs. All of these programs, again, are also very hands-on. And we just built a new facility called Dane Hall, which is totally focused just on the criminal justice programs. And it includes criminal investigation rooms for one-on-one interviews and interrogations. It has blood splatter rooms, among other rooms for labs. There are the selected programs that I was mentioning before. We have physical therapy assistant, nursing, which we offer the LPN, the RN, and the BSN, and also veterinary technology. For these programs, we look for higher GPAs, and we're looking for other classes that we normally don't look at or put so much emphasis on for the other programs. Some features and benefits about SUNY Canton is that, like I mentioned at the beginning, we are both online and on campus. And we try to give everything that we give our on-campus students to our online students to make sure that they are getting the best experience, as an online student. Our library services, we have 24/7 library services where you can get in contact with a librarian, and we have over 150,000 ebooks available for our students. We have a career services office that will help students coordinate internships or, do job interviews. We will do mockatory interviews to make sure that our students are prepared before they go on to the real interview. We have advising and first-year programs as well. If you're unsure of what you want to do, you can come as an undeclared student and, go through different classes and different programs before you make your final decision. Some athletic and fitness features. We are part of the NCAA Division III. We have over 17 varsity sports, including cheerleading and esports. We have a state-of-the-art facility called the Roos House, which features an ice arena, a lap pool. We have multiple basketball courts, including a indoor track and a light and turf field. Here's a little bit about our esports arena. It features over 25 Alienware computers. These are new every year. We also have Xboxes in there, PlayStations, Nintendos as well. It is a very competitive sport, and it's just like any other sport where the students are competing for a spot as well. Campus housing, we have multiple options, including a pet wing where you are able to bring your pet. There are some pets that are not permitted on campus, but we can go, we can talk about those later on if you have any questions. We have a gamer floors, which includes computers in the gaming lounge area for gaming, and also it has specified desks for your dorm to put your gaming rings. We have honors floor, and we have an all-female floor as well. This is what a traditional double looks like. So it's a very spacious room. You can customize this as however you want. You can also bunk your beds if you want even more space. As you can see, there's space for 2 desks, 2 drawers. Behind where the picture was taken, there's also 2 closets as well. This is what the Kennedy Suites look like. They are a little bit bigger. They are apartment style building. You can see that you have your personalized bathrooms. You have your personalized room that you don't have to share with someone. You get your own kitchen and a living room space as well. These sizes can vary from a single suite to a suite that can hold up to 6 students. We have a lot of dining services around the campus, but the main one is Cheney Dining Center, which was just newly rebuilt. It's state-of-the-art facility that has everything top of the line. We also brew Starbucks coffee in our cyber cafe located in the library. We are doing on-campus visits as well as virtual. So if you would like to visit campus, just visit our website, which is canton.edu. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me and I will put my information in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, we have SUNY College of Environmental Science and Forestry.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ashley Chung and I'm an admissions counselor and alum at SUNY College of Environmental Science and Forestry. So what is SUNY ESF? We're the premier college in the US for the study of science, design, engineering, policy, communication, and management of natural resources and the environment. We're located right in Syracuse, New York, but we also do have a few other campuses throughout New York State. We have our Ranger School campus, which is located up in the Adirondack Mountains. We have other field locations and field stations throughout New York State with a total of 25,000 acres of land. This includes our Cranberry Lake Biological Station, where a lot of our environmental and forestry biology students will spend 4 weeks in the field learning about insects, trees, bugs, plants, and conducting a lot of field research. We also have a field station down in Highbrook Forest, which is just near Cortland. For our academics, we have 24 degree programs, Bachelor of Science programs. We have 3 associates programs as well. And we also provide, we grant master's and PhD degrees as well. Most of our majors fall into our science program, and that would include environmental biology, chemistry, environmental science, and all of the majors in our environmental and forest biology program, which would include aquatics and fishery science and conservation biology. We also focus, although we are focused around science, we don't teach just science. We teach classes related to branches of science, including design, which would be our landscape architecture program. We also have some engineering programs, which include environmental resources, paper engineering, bioprocess engineering, and chemical engineering. For those who are not really into the science programs, we offer policy and communications majors, such as environmental studies and environmental education and interpretation. These majors are for people who enjoy science, but also like working with different types of groups, such as students, people who attend zoos, people who go to museums, and also working with government entities and nonprofit organizations working on policy, regulations, and law. We also have management programs. These are majors focused on managing our natural resources. Our majors include construction management, sustainable energy management, natural resources management, and forest resources management. What is it like being a student at ESF? Because we're located in Syracuse, New York, we are actually also right next to Syracuse University. So students are able to join ESF clubs and SU clubs and organizations. This includes their club sports, their sororities and fraternities, and any other types of clubs that they might have on campus. Our athletics, we are part of the USCAA Intercollegiate Association. So we don't play D1 or D3 sports, but we do have our own teams. We have a bass fishing team, we have a timber sports team, we have a soccer team, cross country. If any of our sports don't appeal to you, there are plenty of clubs and intramurals at Syracuse University that you might find appealing. In Syracuse, we have a lot of things to do. A lot of people don't think of Syracuse as a city, but we do have downtown where there are a lot of restaurants and fairs. We also have theaters downtown, some concert venues around campus. And if you don't like the city kind of life, we have a lot of recreational areas around, such as state parks and a lot of things to do outside in the Finger Lakes. So what is it like to apply to ESF? So we accept SUNY applications. We also accept the Common App. We prefer the Common App because that will provide a little bit more information about you to us so that we can see the whole picture of you as a student. There is a supplemental application. You'll receive an email after you submit your Common App that will just ask you which 2 majors you prefer to be admitted into. And we also have an essay that's not required, but it is strongly recommended. This essay will help kind of show us what you are like as a student, why ESF is a great school for you, and what you want to do in the future. Sometimes this is helpful because you might pick 2 majors, but then in your essay, you say you want to do something else, and that major that you selected might not be the best. So we're here to help you select the major that's best for you. To apply, you can hit this link right here. It's pretty easy. It will bring you to the SUNY app or the Common App. And in addition to that, feel free to come visit our campus. We have, unfortunately, our open houses are full, but you may call and schedule some personal on-campus weekday visits. Those are about an hour or so with an admissions counselor, and you will be given a tour by a student ambassador. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. All right, I would like to invite all of our panelists onto your cameras ever so briefly. We're going to quickly go through this question from our Q&A. So starting with SUNY New Paltz, what is one thing you want students to remember about your school?
Well, to me, the best thing about SUNY New Paltz, and I've worked at a lot of different colleges before, but New Paltz is by far one of the most accepting locations I have worked and accepting locations I have lived in terms of the surrounding community. As a result, there's really no cliques on campus. It's not like an athlete-only school or an art-only school or anything like that. So I feel people are far more comfortable to get to know people right off the bat instead of waiting as long as I've seen at other places before.
Nice. Herkimer College.
I would say that many of our students actually comment when they do graduate that they wish we were a 4-year school. I think the residential feel of campus, the connection that they have with fellow students and with faculty and staff really kind of give them the best overall experience. So I would definitely say it's kind of the family aspect for Herkimer.
Mm-hmm. SUNY Brockport.
I would say our slogan is "Be You" at Brockport. So we really do celebrate everybody's individuality. We have all different kinds of people on our campus with tons of different interest areas and majors, all different walks of life. So I really encourage you to come visit and see if you can picture yourself and be you at Brockport.
SUNY Maritime College.
People always associate us with the military because they see our students in their uniforms. We are not a military school. We have no affiliation with the military. Our students graduate making 5 times more than the national average, loving the maritime lifestyle because statistically, 90% of the things that we touch every single day came off of a ship. So we need more mariners in the world. So if you think you can be a mariner, Maritime College is the best school for you.
Wonderful. SUNY Canton.
One thing to take with you about SUNY Canton is how much effort our professors in the community of SUNY Canton puts into making sure that you are going to be successful both in your academic career and in your personal life.
Awesome. And SUNY College of Environmental Science and Forestry.
Right. One thing I want students to remember about SUNY ESF is that we are top ranked for environmental science and forestry programs. Although we're a SUNY school, we're located right next to Syracuse University. So you will get that small and big school experience without paying the Syracuse tuition. Yeah, and you make your student experience what you want. You can either stay at SUNY ESF all 4 years, stay on our campus, or you can decide to explore at SU and go to their games, join their clubs, and meet new people outside of ESF.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. You will be able to find this session's recording as well as all other session recordings at strivescan.com/CASDANY. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.